All right, I'm really frustrated with this scenario. I don't actually like it very much at all. Um, I don't know if I'm going to show any of my other attempts. I think I'm just going to upload this attempt, however it goes, because I think with the cards that I have access to, I have basically the best strategy that I could. I'm sure that it could be better, but let's just look through the rules. We'll give it an attempt, and probably you'll see all of the BS that has been happening to me and why I'm failing. So, scenario is complete when the plea for help without answer is dead. At the end of that round, read the conclusion. Okay, so we have 3 special super lurkers: the Lost in Seaweed, a wave thrower; the Shape blocks out the sun, a claw crusher; and the plea for help, a mind snipper. So we start with the special rule: set the round tracker to the first round. At the start of the third round, spawn 1 elite wave thrower at A, and 1 lightning eel in each hex adjacent to it. The lurker wave thrower is Lost in Seaweed. He has double health. In addition to all other abilities it performs, it also summons 1 normal lightning eel at the end of each of its turns. All hexes are treated as water hexes for the purpose of lightning eel summoning and movement. When he's dead, read thing number 1. So he's going to spawn here and spawn 4 lightning eels adjacent to him, which is obviously something that we do not want to deal with. Lightning eels can go anywhere in the scenario, so I need to have as reduced surface area as possible. So I need to get into this corner. So I get 2 turns to just set up, so we'll Chaotic Refraction with Overwhelming Wave. That will get us 2 tides and the end of turn 1. Now I need to move over there, so I'm going to play Low Tide for the move 4, Shuck for a move 2, and I can get any top up, so Sharp Chitin. Let's do Sharp Chitin. So Sharp Chitin activated, move 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now I'm in position. This is the best spot I can possibly be in, because only 2 lightning eels get to hit me per round. Lightning eels just do insane damage at this difficulty, and they have insane health. They are not trivial, especially in a scenario where every hex is a water tile. And with the Lost in Seaweed summoning 1 every turn, that's 9 extra damage that gets added to the scenario every single round. Oh, oops. We'll end the turn, not the scenario. We get Lost in Seaweed, and we get 3 lightning eels. Now, lightning eels have stun, which can be a really big problem. Luckily for me, I did unlock the heavy bassinet on this last scenario that I played, I think. Or maybe the one before. I unlocked it recently. So I can ignore disarm and stun, which helps against the Mind Snipper and the lightning eels. That means, though, that I lose my iron helmet. And I did have exactly 30 gold. I've accrued more gold throughout because there's gold in the solo scenario, but I don't want to just go back to town and just buy items specifically for this. I mean, I already did it once. So, let's just go on from here and see what happens, right? So I'm going to do Sodden Soil to attack into the boss. I'll Rancid Brine so I can get a poison onto him. And then I can either Tidal Blast or Death on all sides. There's the one big thing to think about here is that the Lost in Seaweed, the Wave Thrower, has 2 ranged cards where he moves and attacks at range. If he moves away, the scenario is over. It is completely over because he'll be spawning every single turn. Now, I do have Drown Beneath the Waves to pull him back in, but if he goes faster than the Lightning Eels, not only will he summon a normal at the end of his turn, but then the Lightning Eels will move up. Now, it's decently possible that the Lightning Eels will go faster than him, and so, this guy would come here, and then this guy would back off, and then if I'm faster than the Lightning Eels, I can pull the Lost in Seaweed back. So it's just a 25% chance right now that I lose the scenario if things then go poorly after that. So, I mean, it's not 25%, but it's happened to me 2 times in a row where he walks away. So I'm going to immobilize him this turn, so this turn he won't be able to walk away from me. And I guess I'll just hit him with Death on all sides while I can. I don't know. I need to do as much damage as possible, but he's got 42 frickin' health. And, yeah, he played his range card, which is actually really good because I'm immobilizing him this turn. So I'll Rancid Brine first, then I'll attack him for 3. I don't have anything else buffing it up, so it's just an attack for 3. I did do a tide, so he takes 5. And I played Rancid Brine, so he's immobilized, wounded, and poisoned. And it's really weird to see the old wound icon in X-Haven here. Anyway, now I can attack him for 4 because he's poisoned and I've got death on all sides. So attack for 4. Great. It does 6. Which is a good start. Now the lightning eels go. 1, 2, 3. I get attacked for 3, but I've got 2 shields. So 2 attacks for 1, basically. 1 damage and 2 damage. I'm going to take that damage because I have rolling heals. And so I'm going to be attacked enough to use my armor later. And so for now, I'll take the rolling heals. He suffers from the wound. This is a ranged attack, so I only have 1 shield for it. But I do only take 1 damage. I'll go ahead and shield that, though. And I get immobilized. Not that that matters, because I am not moving from this spot, which means that Dug In, the level 7 card, would be just insane. Either just to hit all of them for 3, which would be really good, or to heal 3 every single round would just be completely world-changing. But not going to be a thing for me. So now this guy moved, right? And then the Lost in Seaweed went. That's right, right? Yeah, the eels were first. So we get another summon here at the end of the Wave Thrower's turn. Now, if I could just get this guy summoning a bunch of turns in a row, these guys need to take their retaliate damage. If this guy could just summon like 4 turns in a row, I would be in a golden position. If he attacks me, I need him to not crit me because he can like attack for 5. And then a crit on that, I take 8 damage, and I lose way too much health. If he summons an elite eel, the elite eel can attack for 6. And then if the elite eel crits me, I take 12, and I die. I've lost this scenario like 7 times, and it's just because like he walks away, and then he summons elites, and then I have to kill 8 lightning eels. And it's just not possible. So I think I definitely have to make a decision here on what cards I'm playing. I would like to just go fast and hit him. I don't have Tidal Blast active. Maybe I could just Drown Beneath the Waves, Tidal Blast, and Cresting Force this turn. Play 3 cards. I'd lose a turn of stamina, but I don't know. I'm going to go for the best possible outcome, which is like this guy not moving away, and I get to get both of my tides out that I want. So I'll do Drown Beneath the Waves with Tidal Blast. And he did not move away, which is good. I get attacked for 0 twice, and I take 2 damage. And they both take 2. Then I'll set Tidal Blast. Then I'll default attack for 2, 3, 4 because of Tidal Blast and Poison. And it'll deal 6. And then he's muddled, which is actually kind of nice. He suffers from the wound. He'll attack me for 2, which is an attack for 0. And I take 0, and he takes 2 retaliate. And I've gotten very lucky so far. We'll see if that continues. I need him to not get his other... I need him to not get his 29 speed, or it's over. And he didn't, but I did get extra damage out of the eels. So I need to take 2 attacks for 2 right now. I take 3... which I'll block. And then the attack for 2 -2 is quite nice. These guys both get retaliated on. I'll activate Cleansing Swell and attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with Tidal Blast, 8 with Poison. Now the game is just taking pity on me because I'm rage playing. And the boss takes 16. And the boss gets to do nothing because there's nobody for him to summon. He does place a water tile. Just whatever, right? I'm going to long rest here. The boss is low enough now. Even if he summons another lightning eel, I won't be that offended. See, I got extremely lucky here because the lightning eels never played their ranged card. Because if they ever play the ranged card, you lose because they step back, which gives room for the boss to summon. And so then he summons an elite, right? And then you know, if one of the other guys moves or something, he summons a normal 2, and then he backs up with his ranged card, and Chaotic Refraction doesn't block damage from the lightning eels on the ranged card, and you don't get to do any retaliate damage to them. So if you ever see ranged card from basically any of the monsters, it's just a reset, which feels like bad design to me. I get attacked twice for -1, and I take no damage. And then this guy attacks me for 2, and I take 3, and he takes 2 retaliate. It's actually really good that he doesn't die right here. The cleansing swell goes off, and so I heal all the way, and I get my armor back. And this is the best position I've gotten into. I definitely got lucky here. Cleansing swell is the card I'm going to lose. And he's not dead yet. The fact that he's not dead yet is actually really good because it buys me an extra turn. So I think I really need Overwhelming Wave here. We can figure it out. So I'll just give you a spoiler. Once this guy dies, we set the round tracker to 1. And so then we get 2 turns of nothing. And then the 3rd turn after the turn finishes where he dies, at the beginning of that, we spawn the next boss. So if I have this turn and then 2 more, so I have 3 turns of nothing. So if I play 2 cards for Tides, and then I play 3 cards for Tides, and then I play 2 cards for Tides. Do I not have another bottom tide? I don't have one. So I can afford... I can go 2, 2, 3. Okay, I see it. I see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to go Chaotic Refraction with low tide here. And I don't underspeed, which is very annoying. So I just get attacked for 2 twice. Oh, and there's a crit. Okay, so we're getting back to me getting screwed a little bit. I take 4, and then I get attacked for 2, and I'll go ahead and block this one. It doesn't really matter. I don't retaliate, so these guys don't die. And then I was going to play low tide for the bottom to get shield, but whatever. Let's just set Chaotic Refraction, and then the boss will die. So he dies. We hit thing number 1 because we get to read the next section. So set the round track to the first round, which hitting number 1 does that for you in X-Haven, which is really, really nice. At the start of the 4th round, spawn 1 Elite Lurker Claw Crusher at A. He's the shape that blocks the sun. It has triple health, is immune to disarm and stun because it's a level 6 Elite. I just chomped my teeth a little hard. That was weird. He has -1 to all his move and +1 to all of his attacks. So basically, you can't really ever let him hit you. You just have to, like, kite him out and initiative weave over him. But, like, 87 underspeeds all of his cards, and his biggest move, I think, is a move 3. He has 1 move 3, so it's not that hard to kite him out. But, so that was turn 1. So this is turn 2. So we get this turn and the next turn to set tides. I don't have Overwhelming Wave yet, so I have to play that. So Sharp Chitin and Overwhelming Wave, and I kind of just hope that I'm faster than them, which I am. So I can set both of these, and then now they'll hit me. So I got, this is the minimum number of spawns, is 4. I got literally the best possible luck, other than I've suffered some damage now, but it's still not bad. So I get an attack for 4, 2 because I've got 2 shield. I take 1. And he dies. And then guy number 5, attack for 2, I take 3, and he dies. Guy number 8, guy number 9, 2 attacks for 2, I take 1, and I take 3 total. They both take 2, and we end the round. I get 1 turn to play 3 tides, but not Shuck. So I will play Rancid Brine, Tidal Bath, Blast, and Death on all sides. they're going to hit me. They're going to consume the light, which is annoying. Because now I can't do Drown Beneath the Waves. But I'm just going to set 3 tides. Set light and dark. Then I get attacked for 0 twice, which is really good luck. I take 1 damage, and they both take 2. And we end the round, and now we get the shape Block Out the Sun. Or as X-Haven calls it, shape BL Locky Out the Sun. So he spawns here. I guess I could have him spawn... No, he would have to spawn closest to A, right? And I think there's no reason to not Shuck right now. I don't need Shuck at all against the plea for help without answers. Because he has no shield. He just has Retaliate. And so Shuck doesn't help against him other than applying a wound, but I've got wound in Sodden Soil here. So no point in not just going here. I think I play 3 cards, Drown Beneath the Waves, Shuck, and Cresting Force. And so I got here one time before, and I did this, basically this exact same plan, but I only dealt like 30 damage to the boss, which caused me to lose. Because it actually took me 2 more rest cycles to deal the remaining 30 damage to him. So, I mean, let's just see what happens. I'm first. We did get Smash Armor, but I only have 2 armor, so it's not a big deal. He also doesn't have Leaf, so he's not dealing any bonus damage with it. I will first Expertise Potion to discard Drown Beneath the Waves, I think. I don't have the light, so there's no point in playing the top of it. And so I get to play both the top and bottom of Shuck and Cresting Force. So Shuck top and then Shuck bottom. I think I'm going to go after the boss first. So let's strengthen. Both power potions gives me +3 to all attacks. And let's do it. So I move 1, 2, 3. That's move 1, Rough Boots to make it move 2, and Tidal Blast to make it move 3. Then I might as well just Tidal Blast right now, right? No, I'll save the Tidal Blast for the Cresting Force. So my first attack is attack for 4, -1, because he has 1 shield remaining. And so 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. 6 damage, because he had 1 shield remaining, right? So he takes 6. He takes Poison Wound. And that was the first Shuck. And so let's just hit him with the second one. So now it's attack for 4, 5 because he's poisoned, Pierce 2. So it's basically attack for 4 unless I crit. Or draw a Rolling Pierce, right? So attack for 5, 7. Then this third one... we'll take the add target. So he takes 5. And then the add target lets me do... This is still just my second Shuck, or is it my third? This is my third Shuck, right? I've already confused myself. Yeah, it's definitely my third Shuck. Okay. But I kill this guy. Can I take the heal 1 instead? I can, because he would be wounded. So I can take the heal 1, and then he would die to the wound. Which means now, with the 4th Shuck, I want to move up here in case I get another add target. Yeah, that's something that I missed out on last time, was making sure that... Last time I targeted the eels first just to kill them and to get wound on them. But getting the add targets to kill them is definitely the play. So this is the 4th Shuck into the boss. It's only going to deal 4 damage. Because it's attack for 5 with the poison and the pierce. The 5th Shuck. It's going to deal 6. The 6th Shuck. The 6th Shuck will crit. So it's attack for 5. It crits for 10. He's got 1 shield after the pierce, so he takes 9. Also, last time I crit one of the lightning eels, which was a disaster. That was the 5th shuck. This is the 6th shuck. And I get the add target that I need. It's a 0, so he takes 4. Then the add target goes into the eel, and he dies. And then the 7th and final shuck. It will deal 4. Then now I will go with the Cresting Force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from Tidal Blast, 9 from Poison, 8 with the shield he has remaining. But I pierce the shield, so it's 9, 11 damage. And even with every attack going into him, I still didn't kill him, but I am an entire rest cycle ahead of my best previous attempt. He will get retaliated on too this turn. I think I actually win this. I'm going to Frenzy Potion now. So this is attack for 7, 8 because of poison, 7 because of shield. 8, and I get to heal 1. 9, or heal 1. I'll take the 9 damage, right? I don't know if that was with or without shield. I pierced the shield, right? So it was attack for 7, 8 because of poison, 9 with the +1. Yeah, so he takes 9. Which may or may not be good for me, because now he actually dies to the wound. And I did kill him in 1 turn, which puts me 2 rest cycles ahead of my best previous attempt. But this was with basically the best possible RNG. Yeah, this was with really good RNG. Did I even draw the miss? I did draw it at some point, but I was strengthened, so it didn't matter. Okay. So he dies, so we hit thing number 2, and that'll reset the round counter. And Shuck goes to the loss pile, and we end the round. Then set the round tracker to the start of the first round. At the start of the 4th round, spawn 1 elite Mind Snipper at A. This is the plea for help without answers. He has triple health and is immune to disarm and stun, and has 4 retaliate, but no pierce. The no pierce is absolutely huge. If he had the pierce, this would not be possible. I'm completely confident in saying it would not be possible if he had the pierce. But I'm just going to long rest here. And I get to heal for 2. I don't have Cleansing Swell, right? It's in the loss. So these all go down, but I get all my armor back, which is huge against this guy. And then the card that I will lose is Overwhelming Wave. And then I get 1 turn, so I will play Low Tide with Tidal Blast. And so Tidal Blast gets activated. Low Tide is going to pull out Overwhelming Wave and Cleansing Swell so that I can get heals every cycle to counteract the retaliate damage that I'll be taking. And then I believe, yeah, he is spawned now, but I did get to long rest, and so I'm quite healthy. I'm in good shape. Yeah, I'm in amazing shape because last time I didn't have either of my shield cards. I guess Chaotic Refraction doesn't do anything. It does do 2 damage if he doesn't move away from me, so that's worth something. So I can play 3 cards now. I think I start with Sodden Soil, and I guess I'll Rancid Brine to get the poison on him, right? And then I don't have any bottom tides to play, so I guess I'll Death on All Sides. Because I can afford to take 8 Retaliate here. I've got shield, so I'll be fine. So I'm first. I'll Rancid Brine. Attack him for 3. Let's just do 3 first. And I deal 3. I take 4. Retaliate. He gets immobilized, poisoned, wounded. And then I attack for 4 because of the poison, 5 because of the Tidal Blast. And he takes 5. He will suffer from the wound and attack me for 4 at disadvantage. I will take 3. And he pushes me back. So he doesn't take the retaliate. and I get muddled. And I can end the round here. I don't really care about what he does. I guess I'll just go fast and sharp shitten, and then next turn I cresting force. Oh, yeah. I go fast and sharp shitten, like I said. I mean, I could pull him in. It doesn't really do anything. He's not on a water hex, so I can't make him suffer. I think I will move 2. And then he'll go here and he'll back up. And he will attack me for 4. And I've got 1 shield. I take 7. Minus 3, I take 4. And I get cursed. And he sets dark. Yeah, I did all that right. And I get muddled. So I should have gone slow so that I wouldn't be muddled for next turn. But I'll just go as fast as I can and cresting force him. I step here so that I can hit him. And I go for cresting force. So attack for 5, 6, 7 at disadvantage. So it deals 7. I definitely should have gone slow last turn, and then I wouldn't have been muddled here. I'm not sure what his initiative was, but I actually think that I win this relatively easily at this point. He backs up, and he'll attack me for 3. I've got 1 shield. I take 2. I'll long rest. He'll attack me and push me back. I'm long resting, so I've got 2 shield, and he gets a -1, so I take 1. And then I have cleansing swell from this, so I heal for 7 on the long rest, and I get all my armor back. This is what makes it possible to tank him, to have the cleansing swell up from the low tide. So we can end the round. I can just lose my 9 speed card. I don't care about that at all. Doesn't really do anything for me here. I guess the top is a decent loss attack, but let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I want to play 2, 2, and then 3, right? And then on the second to last turn is when I want to go at my slowest. So I'll go my fastest and play sharp chitten. I don't underspeed him, but he's not attacking, so it doesn't matter. I set sharp chitten, and I guess I'll move closer to him. 1, 2, 3 with boots. And then here I want to go slow, so I death on all sides, tidal blast, and chaotic refraction. I guess I'll rancid brine, because I want to go fast next turn. So I should have saved the 17 speed. That was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. Okay. He will back up and hit me for 4. It does 6. I've got 1 shield, so I take 5. So I'll block all of it. I'm muddled, but I just set 3 tides. I get cursed again, and those curses are probably going to come back to haunt me. I'm no longer muddled because I was slower than him, so hopefully I'm faster this turn, and I am. So I get to move up and attack him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 because of the poison. And he takes... You know what? I think I forgot 1 set of retaliate. So I'm going to take 4 and 4 again, and he takes 8. And then he gets his turn. He still is dodging all of the chaotic refraction, retaliate, but whatever. He attacks me for 3. I've got 1 shield, so I take 3. I take 2. I long rest. He suffers from the wound and hits me for 6. I've got 2 shield. And I take 4, which hurts. I heal for 6. And 2. And I get all my armor back. And I mean, I just play this exact same pattern again, right? No, because I can play 3 cards this turn. So this is the turn I want to go slow. So Death on All Sides, Sharp Chitin, and Rancid Brine. I'm immune to Disarm with my helmet. I think I hit the wound. I'm not sure. I take 3. And I get muddled, but I just set tides. Those are all top tides. Whoops. Okay, well, I set 2 tides and I move here. Did I make that mistake last time too? I might have made that mistake last time and played 2 tops, but I don't really care. I'm very done with this scenario. Chaotic Refraction, Tidal Blast, and then attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with poison. And I went slower than him last time, so I'm not muddled. He takes 8. He takes 1. He backs up. He's just never going to take any Chaotic Refraction damage. 3 minus 1, and I have Sharp Chitin, so I take none. And then I long rest. I didn't take the Retaliate, did I? But I'm only hitting him once per rest cycle, so the Retaliate's not going to ever add up too much. He gets to attack me for 2 because I'm long resting, and I take no damage. And then I get to heal for 6 and an additional 2. Lose Death on All Sides. Maybe I'll save Death on All Sides to, like, burst him at the end, right? Oh, I probably could have blocked some damage somewhere. Maybe not, because I don't think I really took any. Rancid Brine is fine. I don't need that for anything. Getting low on cards, but I can easily deal 25 damage to him. I could even take an extra Retaliate. Is there any range on the Retaliate? There is not. So I can Tidal Blast him to get a ranged attack. To not take any Retaliate. Not yet, though. No point in doing it yet. I'll just... I want to go slow, right? So Death on All Sides, Tidal Blast, Sharp Chitin. He attacks me for 6. I take 6. I set Tide, Tide, Tide. And then I hope I'm faster. And I move up to him. I won't get retaliated on because I'm faster. Or I was slower last turn. Whatever. 5, 6, 7. Attack for 7. It does 6. So as long as I don't miss a ton, I win. He will back up. Attack me for 2. I take 2. And I need to take the 4 retaliate. And then I long rest. It's a very... This is like a very boring combo. I heal for 7. Need to lose another card. Chaotic Refraction. I guess he's just never going to draw the card where he stands still and attacks with stun if there's dark. Which now he'll draw it, like, guaranteed. Can I just kill him yet? I can't. I don't want to rush it, because if I draw the curses, if I rush it and play the loss on Tidal Blast, and then I draw the curses, then I lose. So, I'll just play it slow. Death on All Sides, Tidal Blast. He attacks me for 3. I take no damage. I set 2 tides. I'm slower than him, so I'm not muddled next turn. Hopefully I'm faster. And I am. I move here. I attack him for 5, 6 because of poison. I did not do a tide this turn. I think I was able to move here and make him suffer 1 from moving next to him. And it was attack for 6, so he takes 7. Then he suffers from the wound, backs up, and attacks me for 6. It does 7. I needed to take my retaliate. And then his attack for 6 does 7. I don't have Sharp Chitin up, so I block 4 and I take 3. And then I long rest here. If I long rest here and he crits me, do I lose? I feel like I do. If I long rest and he crits me and I lose. Then I lose. Well, I have 11 health, and I'll have 1 shield on the long rest. So he would have to get a high damage card and crit me. But is it safer to short rest? The worst case scenario here is I short rest, I heal for 4 on the short rest, but I don't get any of my armor back. So worst case scenario is I short rest, I have 3 cards. If I go to hit him and I miss, because of the extra curses he's put in my deck, and then he crits me. This is a very tough call. This is a very tough call, because 7 damage is not very much to do. It's entirely possible that literally every card I play wins. It's also entirely possible that my next couple cards are misses, and I have no way to dodge the curses that are in my deck. On the bright side, there are 31 cards, but of those 31, so many of them are rollings. If I long rest and he attacks for 6 and crits, I have to lose 2 cards, and I lose. So, I'm going to short rest. I still get to heal 4 on a short rest, but I lose a random card, and it's Tidal Blast, which is fine. Oh, I can hit him twice. I can hit him twice. Hopefully I'm faster. I am faster, so I will just move up to him. Move up to him, hit him for 3, and hit him for 2. Move up to him, hit him for 3. Please don't miss. Hit him for 3 with death on all sides. 4 because he's poisoned. Please don't miss. Okay, and I win. He takes 5. He can't be disarmed, but it doesn't matter what I pull now. I take 4. Do I attack him for 2? I think I don't attack him for 2. I think I just do a loot 1. Because I don't want to take the retaliate damage, because he just wounds, attack me for 3. I take 4. So I had no lose condition. There was no way I could have played it differently and lost. But it was still insanely close. I literally had 1 turn and then 1 long rest left. And I got insanely lucky. I got multiple good crits. I never drew the curses that were in my deck. I had, wow, 3 curses, 3 misses in a row. I don't know. I don't like this level. I think... I just think that the guy spawning... With him spawning every round, with him spawning lightning eels every round, it makes it... Like, it makes you think that you want to, like, do your shuck in the first round to kill him before he gets a lot of lightning eels. But... if you do that, and you don't have a way to have the pierce on the shape blocks out the sun... I killed him in a single turn. I killed the 66 health, 3 shield boss in a singular turn, and it literally came down to me having 1 more attack and 1 long rest left of stamina. And if I had just missed that attack 4... like, if I had had 2 curses in my deck, I would have taken an extra 4 damage and retaliate, and... I would have been sunk. I would have been absolutely sunk. So I don't know. And then, I mean, you saw how the loop at the end of this worked, where it's literally just build up tides and hit him as hard as you can. And it's like, it's actually really boring. But if you don't have this helmet to immune, stun, and disarm, I feel like it's not possible. With the number of times lightning eels would have stunned me in this, I got very lucky in that they never drew their ranged card. I got very lucky in that the Lost in Seaweed never drew his ranged card and ran away from me. I got very lucky in that I drew extra targets on my shucks on turns where I was able to kill the lightning eels without ever having to actually designate an attack into them. I got a lucky crit into the Lost in Seaweed, otherwise I wouldn't have killed him when I did, and then I wouldn't have been able to get the shuck when I did, and then at the end I only had one more rest cycle left before I would have lost. Having the level 9 card is really helpful, but had I not had the level 9 card, the scenario would have been way easier. If I were level 8 and didn't have the level 9 card, then this guy would have, instead of 66 health, would have had 45. Instead of 66, he would have only had 63, but he wouldn't have had he would have had one less shield, so he would have been pretty similar. What would his other stats have been? Yeah, his attack went up by 1, and his shield went up by 1. The lightning eels go from 9 to 6 health, which is huge. They die in 3 retaliates instead of 5, which actually might not be good, because the faster they die, then they're not occupying hexes, and then they don't go away. But also the elites would have dealt 1 less damage. And then the wave thrower would have had 10 less health without the level 9 card. So I don't know if having low tide, like, I mean, it definitely helped. It definitely helped. I am curious whether the level would have been easier at level 8 without getting to play these from the Lost Pile for free, but needing to deal a grand total of like 60 or so less damage throughout the scenario. It would have been a lot harder to survive at the end. I don't know. I found a way around it. It took me like 3 hours. Probably not that long. Because I only did like... I did like 2 attempts before I came up with my strategy, which is basically the best that I can do, I think, with what I have access to. And then I gave my strategy like 4 attempts before I got really frustrated with them moving away. And then I took a couple hour break and came back to it. I don't know. Not a fan of the level. Let's see if the item's worth it. It's been forever since I've looked at it, so I have absolutely no clue what it does. When you rest, you may keep up to 3 tides up. Oh, that's worth it. But you would lose crit helm. That's really good, though. That is really, really, really good. Keeping 3 in your active area means that, like, after your first rest, you can keep Shuck and Rancid Brine and Overwhelming Wave all up. And then you start the next rest cycle ready to go. That's really, really good. Would I take it over Iron Helmet becomes the question. Because, like, I probably would. I don't know. When I'm getting attacked for 10... on things like Chaos Demons, when they attack for 10 and they crit for 20, I guess at that point you have 12 cards and you can lose one, but losing cards on Coral hurts because your cards are so good. And, like, the fewer tides you have, the less effective you are. I don't know. Not a happy video. Not a happy video. Do you get the... I need to remove that inspiration. I was wondering if you get the experience. I'm not sure if I did or not. I know I didn't count any of the experience. Had I been counting the experience the whole time, I would be close to like 700. Oh, all right.